God says, "Please don't move your finger to scroll away just yet. Stop right here and stay with me for a little while." This isn't like any regular message you see popping up on your phone or your screen. There's something special happening right now, something that goes beyond what your eyes can see. Imagine this. There's a witch, someone filled with dark intentions, and she's staring at your screen at this very moment. Her eyes are shaking with fear, moving back and forth quickly because she feels uneasy. Her breathing is coming in heavy, deep gasps, like she's running out of air, all because she understands that a big change is coming, a change she has no power to stop or prevent. But right beside you, standing tall and strong, is Archangel Michael. He's there with his mighty sword pulled out from its sheath, ready for action, and his eyes are shining bright with a fire that comes straight from heaven itself. That glowing anger isn't directed at you, not even a little bit. No, it's aimed squarely at the evil spirit that has been bold enough to reach out and take away things that were meant for you by God from the very start of everything. This witch has been sneaky and cruel. She has grabbed hold of miracles that were created just for you, ones that had your name carefully written on them long before the world even began. She stepped in the way of the true love that was supposed to find its path to your heart. She twisted and ruined the beautiful dreams that were designed to lift you up higher in life, to help you grow and succeed. She leaned in close during times that should have been full of happiness and whispered words of curse, turning joy into sadness. And now, in this moment, she's absolutely terrified. Why? Because if you choose not to scroll past this, if you take the time to open up this message completely and read it all the way through before it vanishes from your sight, everything she's done will come out into the open. She will be fully exposed for who she really is, and her power will be shattered completely. All those things she stole, the blessings, the opportunities, the peace, will rush back to you faster than you can imagine, carried on the wings of divine speed. God is speaking directly to you now, saying, "You've been carrying a heavy curse around with you for far too long, but it was never something you were meant to bear. It doesn't belong to you at all." This message right here is like a special key, your way out, your extraction from that burden. Picture the witch again, wrapped up in thick, dark shadows to hide herself. She slipped into your life, into your personal energy and space, without ever asking for permission or even knocking. She pretended to be something she's not, disguising herself as a harmless person. Maybe she showed up looking like a friend who seemed loyal but wasn't, or a romantic partner who promised love but delivered deceit, or even a family member who manipulated you with their words and actions, or perhaps someone who claimed to be a spiritual helper but was only leading you astray. But Archangel Michael, with his sharp heavenly vision, saw right through every layer of her fake appearances. He's been battling hard for your soul this whole time, moving through different realms that we can't see, shedding invisible tears in quiet moments because every single time he tried to warn you through little signs or feelings in your gut, you missed them or pushed them aside. But today is different. Today, his voice is booming louder than it has ever been before, cutting through the noise. That which is glued to this message, watching every word you read, because the thought of you discovering the truth fills her with dread. She desperately doesn't want you to keep going past this part, this very sentence. But you have to. You really must continue. God explains that she put a curse on your mirror, the one you look into every day. That's the reason why, on some days, you stare at your own face and feel like you're looking at a stranger, someone you don't know anymore. That's why your self-confidence just vanished out of nowhere, dropping low when it used to be strong. That's why chances and good things that were coming straight toward you suddenly turned around and fled in the other direction. That's why you started questioning your own talents, the path you're on in life, and even the sound of your own voice when you speak. It wasn't your fault at all. It was her doing, every bit of it. Her negative energy snuck into your safe, personal space like an unwanted guest. She used jealousy as her main tool, her sharp weapon to hurt you. She didn't chant spells in some ancient language like Latin. No, she used simple lies, everyday words that twisted the truth. She went around telling other people things about you that weren't true at all, making up stories to damage your reputation. She warped how people saw you, especially those who were sent by God to support and help you along the way. But here's the good news. Archangel Michael has been keeping track. He wrote down every single false word that came out of her mouth, every lie she spread. Heaven keeps perfect records, like a giant book that never misses a detail. And now, justice is coming knocking at the door, ready to make things right. Michael is positioned right at the entrance to her spirit, blocking her way. He's offering you one final opportunity, a last chance to grab back what rightfully belongs to you, your divine inheritance, all the good things God planned for your life. She knows deep down that if you make it to the very end of this message, her control over you, her ability to influence or harm you, will fall apart completely, crumbling like a house made of cards. She's been clinging to a thin, fragile thread of power, connected to your energy through the pain you've felt and the confusion that's clouded your mind. But now, the sharp blade of pure truth has arrived on the scene. It will slice that thread clean through, ending it forever, but only if you take in this message without any distractions pulling you away, without letting doubt creep in, and without waiting or putting it off. You need to really grasp this important truth. She's shaking because she knows she can't stand against the power of heaven. No one can. And in this exact moment, you're being given something sacred, like a holy contract in the unseen spirit world. The angels are gathered together in a perfect circle, surrounding your name with their protective presence. They're carefully pouring out golden oil, shiny and pure, onto a special scroll. On that scroll, in beautiful writing, it says, "Divine restoration starts right now, in this very instant." But for this to work, for the restoration to begin, the scroll has to be accepted by you. It's all about your free choice, your willingness to say yes. You have to speak it inside your heart, quietly or out loud. I receive my full restoration. I claim back every single thing that was taken from me without my permission. Go ahead and say it now. Feel those words deep in your soul. Let them sink in and start changing the air around you, shifting the atmosphere in your room, in your home, in your life. God wants you to know that she didn't stop at just stealing simple blessings. Oh no, her actions went much deeper. She held back marriages that were supposed to happen, keeping the right person from coming into your life at the right time. She put up invisible walls to block money and financial breakthroughs that were headed your way. She made sure that the people who could have helped you, who were meant to pour good things into your world, couldn't even locate you or recognize you when you were right there. She placed a fake mask over your true destiny, hiding who you really are so that those destined to bless you walked right past without seeing. But now, that mask is starting to slip off, falling away piece by piece. And when it finally drops completely, you will be seen clearly again by everyone who matters. You will be honored in ways you deserve. You will be chosen for great things once more. And this isn't because of random luck or chance happenings. No, it's because heaven is stepping in forcefully, making sure the restoration happens, pushing back against everything she tried to keep hidden or buried. Michael is telling you that she's trembling even more because you weren't ever supposed to come across this message. She worked hard to cast a spell of delay over your entire life, a tricky enchantment that made every good breakthrough show up too late, if it showed up at all, or sometimes not come at all. But heaven has smashed that delay into pieces. Now, divine speed and acceleration are becoming your new reality. your portion to enjoy. You have to understand how serious this has all been, the things happening behind the curtain that you couldn't see. You might have thought that job you applied for and got rejected from was just a normal letdown, nothing more. You figured the heartbreak you went through was simply bad luck in love. You blamed yourself for losing money, thinking it was poor planning or mismanagement on your part. But no, it wasn't any of that. It was her, orchestrating it all from the shadows. Every single setback, every disappointment, it was her influence at work. She didn't just sit back and hope for your failure. She actively planned it out in the spiritual realm, engineering the downfall step by step. But now, the one who built those traps is shaking in her boots because the ultimate divine builder, God himself, has shown up to the construction site. God is putting together again what she tried so hard to tear apart and destroy. Those miracles she snatched away aren't gone forever, lost in some void. They were just locked up in the wrong storage place, a vault she controlled. But the key to that vault has come back into the right hands. And that key is this very moment you're in right now. This is what we can call your vault moment, the time when everything stored away starts pouring out. God is opening up doors and treasures you might have even forgotten you prayed for years ago. You're going to be amazed, truly shocked, at what comes flooding back into your life. Someone you believed hated you with a passion will suddenly reach out with a sincere apology, mending bridges you thought were burned. A door you assumed was locked tight forever will creak open wide, inviting you in. A payment or money that's been held up for years, maybe even forgotten, will appear out of nowhere, released into your hands. And through all of this, the witch will be forced to watch from her dark corner, completely unable to do anything about it. She won't have the power to fight back or get revenge because Archangel Michael has tied her hands, binding them so she can't move against you. But to make all this happen, you have to keep reading until the end. You need to show heaven that you're still in the game, that your spirit is wide open and ready, that you're not going to fall into the trap of spiritual forgetfulness she tried to set for you. She wanted you to lose track of your true self, to forget your strength and your worth. She hoped you'd just settle for less than what God has for you, accepting a small life when you're meant for greatness. But God declares loudly that you are royalty, born for a throne. That crown never actually fell off your head. You just stopped noticing how it felt, its comforting weight. But now, it's being placed back where it belongs, shining brightly, guarded by heaven, truly divine in every way. Michael shares that she used to laugh inside when she saw you crying, finding joy in your pain. She threw parties in the spirit world every time a disappointment hit you hard. She danced around gleefully when your heart shattered into pieces. But she's not laughing anymore, not even close, because you're starting to remember who you are. You're waking up from the fog. You're picking truth over the fear she tried to wrap around you like chains. God says this situation isn't only about her alone. It's bigger than that. It's about all the hidden forces that teamed up with her, working in the background. Think about every jealous relative, like a cousin who smiled but envied your every step. Every friend who acted loyal but stabbed you in the back with words. Every former partner who drained your energy and left you empty. Every colleague at work who spread gossip to undermine you. Every neighbor who waved hello but secretly wished bad things upon you, cursing your name under their breath. All of their negative influence, every bit of it, is cracking and breaking apart right now. You're not just being shielded and protected from now on. You're being avenged, justice served on your behalf. Heaven isn't only giving back what was taken, it's going further, rewarding you in abundant ways. There's a special kind of divine reward that shows up only after you've faced betrayal and unfair treatment, only after walking through injustice. And guess what? You've passed that tough test with flying colors. Even when you felt completely broken inside, you didn't turn around and curse God or blame Him. Even when you were lost and wandering, not sure which way to go, you still tried to show love to the people around you. Even when confusion clouded everything, you kept your heart gentle and open, not hard and closed off. Heaven remembers every one of those moments, every choice you made to stay kind. The witch desperately wanted you to become bitter, filled with resentment. But she didn't succeed. She wanted you to seek revenge, to lash out in anger. She failed there too. She wanted you to give up entirely, to quit on your dreams and on life. Another failure for her. And now, the very foundation she thought was solid, the ground she stood on while plotting against you, is quaking and shaking beneath her. Michael says she never saw this day coming, not in her wildest nightmares. She mistook your quiet times for surrender, thinking your tears meant she had won the battle. She had no clue that in those unseen moments you were actually growing stronger, building resilience deep inside. She didn't realize that God was quietly assembling a massive army of angels, surrounding your name with unbreakable protection. She had no idea that this exact message would find its way to you, breaking through all barriers. But here it is, and now she's fully exposed. Everything in your life is about to shift for the better. As you keep reading these words, you might start feeling a tingle, like chills running up and down your skin. Don't mistake that for fear or something bad. That's actually confirmation from heaven, a sign that everything I'm saying is true. It's like divine electricity, a powerful current of restoration flowing back into every part of your life, your body, your mind, your spirit. Things are going to start moving quickly now, picking up speed. People you haven't thought about in years, from your past, will suddenly pop back up in your world. Doors that seemed impossible to open will swing wide without warning. What looked like strange coincidences at first will turn out to be perfectly timed blessings, leading you straight to good things. Why? Because you've activated a divine reversal, a complete turnaround. What she intended for your harm, God is flipping around for an overwhelming amount of good in your life. Don't ever say her name out loud, speaking it into the air. And please, don't go looking for ways to get even or take revenge yourself. That's not your role, not your job. Your part is simply to receive, to open your hands and heart to the flood of miracles coming your way. Let heaven take care of the judging and the settling of scores. Let Michael handle the fighting in the spiritual battles. All you need to do is say yes to this incoming miracle flood. And trust me, it will feel exactly like a massive flood, waves and waves of blessings crashing in one after another. Messages that were meant for you years ago but got lost or delayed will finally show up. Opportunities you thought were gone forever will come knocking again, introducing themselves anew. You might feel stunned at first, overwhelmed by it all, but don't hold back or hesitate. Say yes loudly. Say it again and again. Keep saying yes until your whole body, down to your bones, vibrates with that pure divine energy. She tried to tie you down with thick ropes made of confusion and doubt, but now those ropes are breaking apart. Snap, one gone. Snap, another breaks. Snap, and another. Can you sense it happening inside you? Every single snap is a brand new miracle breaking free. Every snap means a prayer you've whispered is being answered right now. Every snap shatters a chain that was holding back not just you, but your family line, your bloodline. This powerful change doesn't stop with you alone. It reaches forward to your children, and even their children someday, They're all set free from any lingering darkness. The curse that tried to follow your family ends right here, in this generation, with you. The shadows and gloom stop now. And it all kicks off with this one message you're reading. Michael declares, "If they make it to the end of this, reading every word, I will spring into full action. I will go out and retrieve every single miracle that was stolen. I will snap the back of every evil assignment sent against them. I will bring back what was wrongly denied. I will shine light on what was kept hidden in darkness. I will quiet every lie that was ever told about their name." But for this to unfold, they have to believe it deep down. They must finish this message with complete faith, no holding back. So, believe it now. Take a deep breath and let it settle in your spirit. You are not the one who was cursed. You are the one God chose specially. And the clearest proof of that? Look at how the spirit of the one who tried to ruin you is trembling in fear. She sees you differently now, not as someone weak or beaten down, but as a true winner, a victor. She knows the throne that belongs to you is being handed back. She knows the angels have etched your name in glowing fire that can't be erased. She knows her time of influence is finished. And above all, she knows that you finally understand the truth. You are free from her hold. You are chosen by God. You are fully restored to what you were meant to be. Say it out loud now. Let the words come from your mouth. Or if you're in a quiet place, whisper it softly. I take back every miracle that was mine. I accept my complete divine restoration. I trust God's perfect plan and the powerful sword of Michael. And now, just watch what happens next. Pay attention as the air around you starts to feel different, lighter, charged with good energy. Watch as your name gets mentioned in conversations and rooms you've never even stepped into, opening new doors. Watch as you're lifted up high without any clear reason people can see, but heaven knows why. Watch as joy bubbles up inside you again, real and lasting. Watch as love finds its way to your door. Watch as peace settles deep in your heart like an anchor. Watch as money and provision pour in, more than enough to overwhelm you with gratitude. This isn't because of lucky breaks or random chance. It's because you chose to stay here, to open this message fully, to read all the way through what the witch never wanted you to discover. She's still trembling in the background. But you are rising up strong, stepping into your power. God says again, don't scroll away, not this time, not today. Because there's something unseen, something that's been staring back at you from behind your screen this whole time. Something that's shaking, something dark and negative. The witch is watching you right this second. And the thing she fears the most is that you'll do exactly what scares her. You'll keep reading what heaven needs you to hear. The instant you open this up completely, her power starts to fall apart, crumbling bit by bit. She knows it. Archangel Michael knows it. And now, you know it too. You were never meant to live with this much pain weighing you down day after day. You weren't supposed to keep wondering why your miracles seem to get stuck or delayed while others flow easily. Why do doors swing open wide for everyone else but slam shut in your face? Why does the bright glow of your future, your destiny, keep fading just when you're getting close to it? That wasn't some twist of fate. It wasn't just a string of coincidences. It was carefully planned, a sneaky manipulation, an outright curse placed on you. Someone made a secret vow, swearing in hidden places that you would never climb high or succeed. And the person behind that vow is the one shaking now. She used your name in her dark rituals, speaking it with hate. She tried to burn away your future in clouds of smoke from her ceremonies. And yet, God is assuring you, it's not too late at all. She didn't win the war. But if you scroll past this message one more time without finishing, she might think she has a chance. Michael stands ready with his sword drawn high. The whole of heaven is holding still, quieter than usual. Even the angels are pausing, watching you closely, taking a collective breath. Because what you do in the next few minutes could completely rewrite every part of your life that's been locked up, stuck in place, cursed, or pushed back. This isn't about being paranoid or imagining things. This is real divine urgency pressing in. You're not losing your mind. You've been under a quiet spiritual attack for so long that even your own spirit sometimes forgot its incredible strength. But now, God says your power is coming back, surging through you. The witch believed you'd never catch on to her games. She hid her poison behind bright smiles and friendly words. She wrapped curses in what looked like helpful actions or kind gestures. She would ask how your health was doing while secretly hoping and praying for you to get sick. She kept an eye on your close relationships, all while murmuring words to break them apart. She recognized your amazing potential long before you did, and that's exactly why she hated you so much. You didn't scare her with money or fancy success. What threatened her was your inner light, your pure heart, your natural goodness, the kindness that shines from you. And now, her hands are unsteady, shaking because this message somehow reached you despite her efforts. Every second you spend reading it, her grip on you loosens more and more. Do you ever wonder why your moments of joy fizzle out so quickly, never lasting? Why does money seem to slip right through your fingers, no matter how hard you try to hold on? Why is it that every time love comes knocking at your door, something mean or ugly opens it instead and scares it away? That's not just a streak of bad luck. That's the heavy curse she tried to pile on top of you, burying you under it. She took the good things heaven had lined up for you, bent them out of shape, twisted them until they broke, and tied them up in dark shadows. But she overlooked one crucial thing. You were born with the full support and backing of the Most High God. And God never closes his eyes or takes a break. He's always watching. She has your name hidden away somewhere, maybe in a jar or tied to some object in her spells, bound by the false idea that if you suffer enough, she could rise higher. And sadly, that lie worked for a period of time. She slowed down your love life, keeping good relationships at bay. She fogged up your dreams, making them hard to see or follow. She chipped away at the confidence in your walk, your steps becoming hesitant. But her season of control is over now because the very angel she tried to block from reaching you, Michael, is already positioned right behind her. His massive wings are spread out wide, creating a barrier. His sword is glowing with intense light, and she's scrambling, looking for any escape route. But there isn't one. The second you opened this message, a timer started ticking down to her complete defeat. Think back for a moment. Do you recall that one relationship that fell apart suddenly, with no clear explanation or warning? That golden opportunity that was placed right in your hands, only to disappear like smoke in the wind? Remember those seasons where you thought, "This is it, I'm finally going to win," but then you ended up right back in the same old pain and struggle? Those weren't random accidents or bad timing. That was deliberate interruption, outside interference messing with your path. And now, Michael is giving you a clear vision of it all. Every miracle she grabbed and held back, heaven has them safely stored away. She didn't have the power to destroy them for good. She could only hold them off, delay their arrival. But God says they're on their way back to you now, and they're coming with extra power, multiplied in strength. The woman who harbored this hate toward you isn't always some unknown stranger lurking in the distance. Sometimes she was close enough to smile right in your face, acting like a true friend. Sometimes she prepared meals in your own kitchen, sharing food while hiding her true feelings. Sometimes she even prayed alongside you, saying words that sounded holy. But when no one was looking, behind closed doors, she spoke your name with pure poison in her voice. She called on dark forces, whispering, "Make sure she never gets ahead of me, never surpasses what I have." And for a while, those forces listened and obeyed her commands. But even the darkest powers know when heaven steps in and overrules a spell, declaring it invalid. Right this instant, as your eyes move across these lines, the entities she relied on are running away from her, abandoning her side. They sense that you've woken up fully. They know you're no longer in the dark, blind to what's been going on. This message you're holding isn't just a bunch of words strung together. It's a real spiritual weapon, sharp and effective. Each sentence you absorb rips open a gap in the walls she built to protect herself. Every moment you remain here, reading without stopping, the light surrounding you grows stronger and brighter. And she's terrified, not of you personally, but of what you're on the verge of remembering about yourself. You're about to recall your true identity in full detail. That you're not small or insignificant. You're not weak or powerless. You were never a mistake or an afterthought. You were handpicked by God, chosen for a purpose, and she figured that out way before you did. That's why she attacked early, trying to snuff out your joy before it could even spark and grow. Archangel Michael is emphasizing that she's trembling with genuine fear. If you push through and finish this entire message, she will be utterly destroyed, her influence wiped out. And everything she took, your inner peace, your physical health, your mental clarity, your money and finances, your soulmate who was meant to be, your ability to laugh freely, it will all come rushing back. Every last miracle, without exception. She weaponized delay, using it to hold things back, but delay is never the same as denial. Heaven's justice might take its time, moving slowly but surely, and nothing can stand in its way. Today isn't just another ordinary day passing by. Today marks the fall of a witch who thought she could act without consequences. Today is when someone who laughed at your tears will have to swallow their own. Today is the day heaven hands back everything she believed she stole and got away with. God says she's tuned in right now, listening somehow. Her ears feel like they're on fire, burning hot. Her skin has gone cold all over. She's shaking uncontrollably because the nightmare she feared most is unfolding before her. You didn't brush this message off or ignore it. You opened it wide. You stayed put. You listened with your heart. And in doing so, you're crossing over into a new dimension, a higher level of living. You might have picked up on some clues in the past few weeks. Nights where sleep wouldn't come easily, tossing and turning restlessly. Headaches that hit out of nowhere. Dreams filled with chasing and running from unseen threats. Random cold shivers down your spine. Things falling off shelves or tables without anyone touching them. People in your life suddenly acting distant or chilly for no apparent reason. All of those were spiritual signs, direct results of her interference. But now that you're aware, now that light has been shed, those troubling symptoms will fade away and stop. Your body is going through a cleanse, detoxing from the effects of her spell. You're stepping back into perfect alignment with God's divine plan for you. The warm, bright light is returning to your world. There's a deep reason why this message hits you right in the chest, stirring something powerful. There's a reason it ignites a fire in your spirit that you can feel. Because it's far more than just text on a screen. It's a rescue mission straight from heaven. Archangel Michael says, "Darkness has been trailing you since you were a child, following close. But that old contract, that agreement with Shadow, ends tonight right here. Yes, tonight is the turning point. Because you chose to read this. Because you decided to stay and not rush away. Because you're no longer the version of yourself that would flee from hard truths. You're the stronger version now, the one who stands firm and takes back what's yours." She knows her remaining time is short, ticking down quickly, and her final desperate hope is that you'll scroll off before the last words come into view. Don't give her that satisfaction, because the moment you complete this, a massive reversal kicks off in the heavenly realms. The chains she fastened around your chances and possibilities start to rust and break. The invisible ceilings of glass that blocked your eyes, the ones you couldn't even explain, begin to crack and shatter into a million pieces. Relationships that cooled off and grew distant start to warm up again, thawing out. Doors that were bolted shut swing open freely. Why? Because heaven has been patiently waiting for this precise moment, the moment when you finally realize God isn't punishing you or holding out on you. You've been going through a rigorous test, a trial to prove your heart, and this message is the final evidence of your pure spirit. She threw everything she had at you to make you bitter and twisted, but you chose to stay soft-hearted. She tried to spark anger that would consume you, but you picked the path of healing instead. She worked to isolate you, cutting you off from support, but you kept turning to prayer, holding on to faith. And now, heaven is pouring out rewards for that faithfulness. The angels have formed a protective ring around your home, your living space. The energy in the room where you are right now is changing, becoming lighter, more peaceful. Even the air seems fresher, easier to breathe. That's because whatever was lurking and watching you is backing away, retreating. It has no claim anymore, no right to stay. Your personal aura, that energy field around you, is starting to glow brightly. Your spirit is lighting up from within. And your future? It's about to accelerate to speeds she tried desperately to throttle down. God promises you will recover everything, all of it. Every timeline she messed up and interrupted is snapping back into proper order, realigning perfectly. Every friend who turned their back and betrayed you will see you rise higher than before. Every financial roadblock is being cleared away, removed completely. And the people who looked down on you, doubting your strength and potential, will one day whisper among themselves, "We never should have underestimated her power." Archangel Michael affirms this truth. This is the ultimate warning for her. The person she targeted is wide awake now, no longer asleep to the schemes. She will have to stand by and watch as the miracles she once grabbed and held now flood into your life in abundance. And there's nothing she can do to halt it. Let her observe from afar. Let her cry if she must, because heaven isn't finished with you yet. It's only getting started, just the beginning of greater things. And you, dear one loved by God, are rising once more. This time, nothing and no one will be able to stop your ascent. If you believe in the power of God working in your life, go ahead and type Amen wherever you can. Don't scroll away yet. This isn't some error or random post. This is no accident that it found you. This is intentional. The witch is still watching your screen, but now in total silence, trying to blend into the shadows, hoping against hope that you won't notice her presence. But the pure divine light is shining directly on her, exposing every hidden corner. Archangel Michael is positioned right behind her, his sword ready and drawn, his powerful presence burning away all her fake illusions and deceptions. and he's communicating straight to your soul, bypassing everything else. She's trembling harder than ever. She understands that if you fully open this message before it slips away or disappears, her entire world will crash down. Her control over you will vanish in a single burst of divine light. Everything she took, miracles, blessings, chances, love connections, favors from above, prayers that were answered but intercepted, will come storming back to you like a powerful tempest of God's justice. Michael says she's quaking in fear because she truly never believed this day would arrive. She banked on your quietness, your ongoing delays in recognizing the truth. She relied on your moments of doubt to keep her safe. She fed off your pauses and hesitations like they were food. She twisted how you saw things, muddled your clear thinking. She injected confusion into your thoughts, causing you to question your gut feelings, your inner voice, your sense of purpose, your calling in life, even your value as a person. But now, the unfiltered truth stands tall before you, shining radiantly, impossible to stop, blinding in its pure brightness. You are not weak in any way. You were never the source of the problems. You were never under some curse from God Himself. No, you were pursued by darkness precisely because of how specially chosen you are by heaven. The witch spotted your bright future long before you caught a glimpse of it. That's why she struck so soon, so early in the game. She masked herself as love that felt real, as helpful advice, as family ties that seemed unbreakable, as guidance that promised direction. But she was never truly on your side, never rooting for you. And now, her era of influence has ended for good. God says, open this message wide and keep your eyes locked on it. Don't glance away even for a second. This time we're in is holy, set apart. It's planned perfectly by divine timing. You weren't meant to be mindlessly scrolling for fun or distraction. Heaven has taken over your feed, your path, to bring about a life-changing intervention. Every hold-up in your day, every little delay, was carefully arranged so you'd land right here, right now, in this exact second where the spirit world is pausing, waiting anxiously. Because as soon as your eyes take in these words, as soon as your soul accepts the truth being offered, the darkness clinging to her will release its grip on you permanently. This is your freedom moment. This is when it all turns around for good. She's watching, yes, but she can't lay a finger on you anymore. She's already defeated, her power broken. The chains she looped around your destiny are snapping one by one. The foggy mist she blew into your decisions to confuse you is lifting, evaporating away. You'll think clearly again, see paths forward. You'll sense God's nearness in your very bones, comforting and strong. You'll recall exactly who you are at your core. You're not tiny or overlooked. You're not left behind or discarded. You're a beloved child of the highest God, and heaven has been gathering up every tear you've cried, every hurt you've endured, every act of betrayal, every unfair situation. Now, the time for payback has come. Good payback. Restitution is on its way. What was taken from you has to be given back, and not just equally, but multiplied 7 times over, as heaven's promise. She spoke your name in her chants, using it against you. She ridiculed you with it in her mind. She attempted to curse you through it. But what she failed to realize is that your name was inscribed in the eternal book of life long before her rituals even started. She didn't know God had declared you untouchable, off limits to her harm. That Michael has been shadowing her every step, noting down her actions in detail. She was unaware that angels were logging her cruel laughter during your cries for help, her quiet when you pleaded, her hands as she tainted your relationships, her heart overflowing with secret wishes for your failure. But now Michael has advanced, presenting the full heavenly record before God's throne. God has reviewed it all. God has made his decree, and God is acting on it now. You can't afford to wait or second-guess. The witch feeds on your postponements. That's how she's lasted this long. Through your unbelief, your tolerance of her shadows, your explanations that brushed her off. But that's over. Your spirit recognizes the truth, even if your mind tries to rationalize it away. Your soul recalls those times you felt eyes on you, watched without seeing anyone. The nightmares that jolted you awake. The faces that grinned during the day but sent icy chills through you at night. The repeating cycles of loss, the oddly timed betrayals, the unexplained weight that dropped on you when she was close by. That wasn't your overactive imagination. That was active spiritual warfare raging. But the tide of the war is turning in your favor. You're armed now, no longer vulnerable. This message serves as your protective armor. These words are your sharp sword. This revealed truth is your master key to locked doors. As you continue reading, God's fire is igniting in your surroundings, burning away the atmosphere of oppression. Every hex thrown, every binding spell, every spoken lie, every word crafted to manipulate, they're all being dissolved, broken. Angels are encircling your house, your name, your money matters, your tomorrow. The divine realm is taking back ownership of what's yours by right. She believed she could conceal herself behind her ceremonies and rites. She thought fake kindness would shield her. But Michael pierces through all deceit. He's witnessed every private talk she had trash-talking you. He saw her fingers scrolling through your pictures, mentally cursing your happiness. He observed her lips forming words behind your back that you'd find hard to believe if told. He heard the envy boiling in her heart, impossible to conceal from heavenly eyes. Now, her fear is tangible, real. Heaven's presence is encroaching, closing in tight. You're alert now. You're conscious of the battle, and God is granting you the authority to revoke every permission she falsely claimed in your life. Speak it out now, even if just a murmur under your breath. I cancel out every evil assignment launched against me. I take away every entry point she exploited. I reclaim my strength, my voice, my happiness, my destined path. As those words leave your lips, angels note them as official divine law, binding in the heavens. She can't reach you anymore. Don't be afraid. Sure, she's still watching, but she's rendered harmless now. Her shaking is genuine because she feels her final fortress crumbling. When it tumbles down, her true nature will be revealed to all. What she constructed, using your stolen goods, will fall apart. Her counterfeit calm will shatter. Her deceptions will boomerang back on her. The very things she taunted you for losing will depart from her life and return to yours. Miracles bear your name etched on them, and they're in motion, soaring, speeding, hurrying straight to you. This isn't poetic talk. It's actual spiritual fact. A grand divine flip is occurring right this second. The tables are overturning. The balances are shifting in your direction. Heavenly judgment is descending. She can't halt it. Her strength relied on staying secret, but heaven has demolished her covert spots. Even the individuals she manipulated to control are starting to see her for what she is. Her hold is slipping away. You're in the process of full restoration. Opportunities she barricaded are unlocking. Favor she rerouted is streaming your way. Healing she postponed is landing now. Relationships she tainted are healing completely, or being swapped for superior ones. The life she attempted to delete is blooming afresh, vibrant and alive. And the strongest part she can't block. Your true self is awakening entirely. You were never frail, never shattered beyond repair, never cursed by heaven. You were simply aimed at because shadows detected your brilliance before you noticed it yourself. But now that you see it too, now that God's Spirit is rising powerfully within you once more, nothing can stand against you. You're enveloped in heavenly flames of protection. You're moving in extraordinary favor from above. You're guarded by an angelic force she can't perceive. You're cherished in depths she'll never comprehend. God says, stop fretting over her from this point. Let her observe. Let her quiver. Let her behold your ascent. Let her view what unfolds when I restore one of my chosen. Your task now is to center on me. Rely on me. Converse with me. Allow me to guide your steps ahead. Don't glance backward. The future waiting is far grander than anything she snatched. What's arriving is unadulterated, supernatural divine recovery. You'll smile again without that underlying weight. You'll walk without constant fear shadowing you. You'll rest at night without nightmares. You'll create, construct, express, advance with sharp clarity and bold confidence. You'll witness doors that were corroded shut flinging open. You'll get news that astonishes you positively. You'll see folks return with heartfelt sorries. You'll watch foes trip into pits they dug for you. You'll stand prominent in spaces where they tried to exclude you because I am by your side, and no scheme of hers can thwart my intentions. She forfeited you the instant you clicked open this message. Her quaking foretells her own downfall. Her ruin is certain, and your elevation is inevitable. Inhale deeply now. Do you sense the change? That's truth's might. That's heaven's blaze. That's me taking back what is yours. And you, my precious child, are the triumph I orchestrated from the start. Don't dismiss this message casually. Hold these words close. Murmur them over yourself whenever uncertainty sneaks in. You are liberated. You are secure. You are selected. And the witch who spied on you will witness you soaring beyond her wildest dreams. What she planned for evil, I have transformed for your benefit. This is your godly hour. All is transforming. Simply trust me. I won't ever abandon you. I won't ever let you down. Observe now. Your miracles are returning home to you. Don't scroll just yet. A profound event is unfolding in the spirit as these words enter your eyes. Mighty, holy, something darkness forbade but is now unveiled to you. The witch watches. Her hands quake. Her eyes bulge in terror because these precise words are flames she can't endure. They are illumination that lays her bare. And if you open your spirit fully now, truly embracing heaven's message, all she stole will return. Every delayed miracle will appear abruptly. Every slammed door will hurl off its frame because God is in motion. Archangel Michael stands at your side. His sword blazes with righteous justice. He's awaited this instant. The second you halt and welcome this truth with open heart, know this: you were never feeble, never conquered, never forsaken. The mix-ups, the disloyalties, the heart pains, they weren't your doing. They were calculated strikes, spiritual sabotage. She muttered your name in gloom and dispatched curses to postpone, obstruct, imprison your happiness. But you are transformed from yesterday. You've been ascending quietly, and heaven declares, "No more." Michael says she's petrified of this juncture because lingering here a bit longer will demolish every grasp she held on your existence. Every chain around your fate is fracturing already. God says understand. What was pilfered returns 7 times over. She's quaking as heaven has witnessed her deeds and waged war for you. Angels are deployed, not subtly. Your existence was never intended for such stagnation, injury, postponement. She aimed to make you doubt your value, self-blame. She distorted truth. She uttered ominous prayers against you. But God observed. Even in your wordless times, your tears prayed. Your breaths in silence prayed. Those summoned the heavenly host. Michael arrived with backup. This fight was never solo. This witch, smiling facially but desiring your ruin inwardly, is unmasked. She concealed behind a lure, phony benevolence. Her core was envy poisoned. She beheld your radiance pre-you. She sought to douse it prematurely. She lied about you. She allied secretly. But God permitted only so far. Now silence ends. Divine unveiling commences, and she senses it. She's eyeing your display, praying you depart pre-conclusion, for finishing severs her blessing hold eternally. There were near-quit moments. She grinned then, desiring your doubt vanish. But your inner spark clung. Even thread thin, you persisted. That thread linked heaven. That spark ignited God's roar. Power was always His, not solely yours. Now God states, stolen miracles return. Blocked promises release. Caused pain becomes honor, delight, promotion. Hear intently. This is divine, not mere text. Your salvage, your renewal, your enlightenment. Witch cornered. No fake blessing hide. No timing manipulation. Tongue powerless. Rituals disintegrate. Allies desert. She knows your lift, restoration. That's her watch fear. God marked you. Not cursed, chosen. Not forgotten, favored. Not broken, renewed. Every delay attempt fuels your acceleration. And so, as the final words settle into your heart like seeds in fertile soil, know that the restoration is not a distant hope, but a present reality unfolding. The witch's shadows dissolve into nothingness, her tremors echoing into silence as heaven's light overwhelms all darkness. Archangel Michael's sword lowers, his mission accomplished in your faith. You stand tall, crown secure, miracles cascading like an endless river. The curse is shattered forever. The blessing is yours eternally. Walk forward now, beloved, into the abundant life prepared just for you. God smiles upon you. You are victorious. If this message touched your spirit and sparked hope within, hit that subscribe button now to stay connected for more divine encouragements, restorations, and heavenly truths delivered straight to your feed. God loves you beyond measure, He says. You are my cherished one, fearfully and wonderfully made. Keep shining. Your best days are here. Amen. And stay blessed.